Hi, MND. Welcome to another Focus Friday. This next Monday we're going to be talking about John 18, and I'd like to set the stage a little bit before we get there and kind of get you a picture of where we're going and what's going to be happening. It's going to be quiet and dark in the garden, and it's just hours before Jesus goes to the cross. Jesus didn't look like this conquering king that people thought he was coming to be. He looked like a servant, bowed down, burdened, and wrestling in prayer. If we look at the different gospel accounts, Matthew tells us that he fell on his face. And Mark says he was deeply distressed and troubled. Luke says that he was in such agony he sweat like drops of blood. And yet, in all three Gospels, we're going to see the same thing is clear. Jesus was completely obedient to the Father. He says, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me." Jesus is honest. He wasn't trying to avoid the mission. He was laying bare the cost of it. But the most powerful words weren't "take this cup." They were, "Yet not my will, but yours be done." From Luke 22, verse 42. In that moment, Jesus chose obedience over comfort. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, he returned to prayer, surrendering again and again and again to the Father's will. The disciples couldn't stay awake. The crowd came with swords, and Judas betrayed him. Jesus stood, and he didn't run. He said in Matthew 26, "Do you think I cannot call on my Father, and he will at once put at my disposal more than 12 legions of angels?" But he wouldn't, because he would rather suffer in obedience than escape in disobedience. Obedience, even when it costs everything. We're going to see that in John 18. MND, come back this next Monday where we're going to dive a little bit deeper into John 18. If you have time this weekend, go into Matthew 26, Mark 14, and Luke 22. Read the different gospel accounts. See and see and hear what Jesus is experiencing through these gospel accounts. And come back on Monday for John 18. Have a great weekend, MND, and we look forward to seeing you on Monday.